the biggest struggle that I'm currently facing right now in my business that I'm working through, I'm going to share this with you guys, is I work way too fucking much, like way too much. And I was talking to one of my mastermind students about this the other day, and like she also was struggling with the same thing. She was like finding herself packing her schedule as full as she possibly could, doing as many possible things in the day as she possibly could, reaching out to as many clients as she possibly could. But after a while, she just felt like she was like burning out. She's like, I'm just overwhelmed and I have all these clients and I'm trying to get all these new clients and I'm trying to manage all these things and I'm trying to post on all these platforms and I'm like getting overwhelmed and I'm just like losing, it's just like, I'm just not as passionate. And so I talked to her and I said this. I think that for me personally, one of the biggest things that I have a hard time with is taking intentional time off. Like really taking intentional time off, really taking intentional time and enjoying the time that I have off. Because for me, usually what I will do is I will take a day off, but in my day off, what I'll do is I'm like working on my business on the back end, or I'm trying to set some things up on the back end, or I'm working on my goals, or I'm doing something to try to move my business forward. So even though I'm taking a day off, it's not actually a full day off. I'm not actually enjoying myself. I'm not actually fully present in my day off. So I'm off, but I'm not intentionally taking time off. Does that make sense? And I think that for me, because I'm doing that in my business, what's happening is that lack of intention in taking time off is also creeping into how I'm operating in my business. And now in my business, I'm noticing that I'm having a hard time intentionally being present in my business as well. I'm having a hard time focusing and getting stuff done in my business because I didn't intentionally take any time off when I said I was going to take time off. Now, when I'm working in my business and I'm trying to focus, I find myself having a very hard time sitting down and doing the actual work that needs to get done. Because guys, our businesses I've drawn this analogy many, many times, and I'm going to keep coming back to it because I think that every single online fitness coach can relate to this and they can understand this. If we're in the gym and we're training 7 days a week, like our bodies just are not going to progress. It's just not going to happen because we're going to overtrain, we're going to work ourselves into the ground, and we're likely to get injured. We all understand that with our bodies, which is why we tell our clients, work out 3 to 4 to 5 times a week, whatever works best for your schedule. Stick to it consistently for a long period of time, and you're going to see growth in your body. In our business, it's the exact same way. And I think that oftentimes as online coaches, and even for me, like myself, I'm very ambitious and I want to get to my end goal as fast as I possibly can. I've got ambitious goals and I'm dead set on these deadlines that I've committed to. However, I also have to understand that I literally have another 40, 50, 60, 70 years of life left. I've got a long time left. And so for me, it's less about working myself into the ground and working myself until I can no longer look at my phone anymore, and working myself to the point where sitting down at my computer is literally giving me a headache. It's less about that. And it's more about finding a flow that I can consistently stick to every single day that feels good, and part of my flow needs to be intentional time off. My number one struggle right now is that I suck taking time off. I suck at it. When I'm taking time off, I literally feel anxiety. Even on the weekend, I remember it was Sunday and my mastermind students were messaging the chat, which they always do, which is that's part of, the process is they message the chat when they have questions. But I saw questions come in and I didn't answer them right away. And I literally felt myself getting mad anxiety. I was like, shit, I need to get back to these people right away. Or, I'm not a good coach, or I'm not doing something right. And I literally caught this thought of mine coming through my head on a Sunday when I'm supposed to be chilling. And I was like, yo, be marked. You need to chill the fuck out. You need to chill, because I didn't end up taking a full weekend off. I ended up working the entire weekend. And then when Monday came around, usually on Mondays, I'm fucking fired up. When Monday came around, I was not excited to get back to work. I was not excited to get back to the podcast. I was not excited to get back into the academy like I usually am, because I didn't take any time off. And so it was just this 7-day grind and then no time off. And on Monday, I was like, yo, my mental health is suffering. And on Tuesday, Tuesday, I was like, I'm going to take a step back and I'm going to pause for a minute here. And then on like even yesterday, like I worked pretty much the whole day. And by 4 o'clock, I finally just admitted it to myself and Kirsten. I was like, yo, I'm actually struggling right now. Like, holy shit. Like I've been working for the last basically 2 weeks straight without taking any time off. And so something I'm practicing now and moving forward is this intentional time. And I'm not just talking about intentional time when you're taking time off. I'm also talking about intentional time when you're on. So let's go back to the gym analogy, because for me, when I'm in my workouts, I don't know about you guys, but when I go to the gym, I'm not there to talk to anybody. Like, yo, I appreciate you if you come to the gym and you're social, you're there to make friends. I'm there to fucking work. I want to progress. I want to grow. I want to see changes in my body. I want to see changes in my lifts. I want to be focused when I'm lifting so that I can lift the most possible weight, period. So when I'm at the gym, I'm fully there. My headphones are on. I'm in the zone. I'm not checking social media. Like I'm focused. That intentional time is what allows me to grow in the gym. Now, for online trainers in your business, when you're sitting down and you're working on your business, my question for you is, are you actually working on your business? Right? Are you actually working on your business? Or when you sit down to work on your business, are you watching TV in the background? Are you sitting down to work on your business, but you're also browsing TikToks and trying to get a laugh in? Are you sitting down to work on your business, but then you get up 3 or 4 times to go grab something to eat, and then you remember you were supposed to call your mom, so you call your mom, and then you forgot to text your friend back, so you text your friend back, and then before you realized it, you sat at your computer for 2 hours and you haven't got absolutely anything done? Who here has done that? So I'm not just talking about intention when you're off work. I'm talking about intention when you're on work. And it's funny because this idea for me is like, it's all about like, it literally is mindfulness, but I hate using that word, right? Like the word mindfulness kind of like makes me cringe. It makes me think about like Buddha sitting on top of a mountain, just being like, like, so I've never really liked the word mindfulness, but it's true. And for me, it's about being 100% in the task that you're in for everything, not just for this. It doesn't just apply to running your business, right? This also applies to playing with your kids. And those of you guys that have kids, like I want to speak right to you if you have kids. If you have kids, when you play with your kids, are you 100% present with them, or are you thinking about your business? Are you 100% playing with your kids and in the zone, listening to exactly what they're saying? Or are you texting on your phone, trying to get back to your clients, right? Like, what are you doing? Like, are you like in the moment? Are you in the conversation? And if you are, amazing. I love it. And if you're not, maybe this is like a wake-up call for you to be more intentional, not only in your business, but also in your relationships with your kids. This doesn't just go to kids though, guys. This also goes to like your partners. Like for those of you guys that are in a significant other partnership, one of the most annoying things ever, I know this because I'm an entrepreneur. I'm dating an entrepreneur and I've done this to her and she's done this to me, is when I'm trying to talk to her or she's trying to talk to me and I'm on my fucking phone. And I'm just literally just like, like we're supposed to be out for dinner and I'm literally on my Instagram responding to clients. It's the most annoying thing in the entire universe. How do you think your partner feels if you're supposed to be spending time with your partner and you're literally just texting on your phone? We're so distracted, right? And because we're so distracted, that's why we're not getting anything done. If we just introduce this idea of intention to everything that we're doing, not only in our business, but also in our life, we would be able to see progress in everything. So for me, I did recognize that I needed to work on this weekend. And so I'm going to tell you guys what I've been doing in order to take personal time for myself. That's really been helping with my anxiety is obviously, if you're inside the 10K Coaching Academy, we've talked about workflow. So I'm not even going to hammer on that. I feel like that's an annoying conversation that you don't want to have. But what I will talk about is this. When I'm taking time off, whether that be, sometimes it's 20 minutes, sometimes it's an hour, sometimes I need 2 hours, sometimes it's a weekend, right? Sometimes it's a day. When I'm taking time off, right now, what I've been doing is if I catch myself like working myself into the ground, or I catch myself feeling feelings of like, man, I need to take a break, I'll take a break. And then I will actually set a timer for like an hour, let's say. And then for that hour, it's literally just personal time. And personal time means that I get to do whatever the fuck I want, but it doesn't involve serving clients. So like, that's what I do all day, every day is I serve clients. I'm on the podcast. I'm talking to you guys. I'm in the academy. I'm talking to the academy. I'm in the mastermind. I'm talking to the mastermind. So that's what I do all day, every day. So the 1 hour of personal time, I can do whatever the fuck I want, but I can't serve clients for that hour because that's what I do every other hour of every other day. So if I want to like make a funny video for TikTok or browse TikTok videos, I do that. If I want to hang out with Kirsten and cuddle for an hour, I do that. but I do it completely undistracted. I do it focused on what I want to do. If I want to sit on the couch and watch Netflix for an hour, I'll do that. It's my personal time. If I want to go for a walk, I do that. Yesterday, actually, I went for a drive. I went for like a 30-minute drive. I just took the car, went for a drive. I went to a couple stores. I picked Kristen up flowers. I was out for an hour and it was like, boom. And that was it. That was my personal time. So I set a timer for 1 hour and I was just like, yo, this next hour is all B Mark time. And then when I came back to work, I had like 3 more things to do. I was excited to do it because I was recharged. I like gave myself energy again. And it was a lot easier for me to accomplish the rest of the tasks that I had on my list instead of just sitting down and like trying to like grind it out and grinding my nose to the grindstone, which like there are times and places for that. But guys, like personal time is huge. So for me, my number one struggle right now as a business owner is intention. And so my practice this week, and I just wanted to share it with you, is just taking more personal time. Because I think that oftentimes as online coaches, we can work so hard in our business and then get mad at ourselves that it's not moving forward. So we won't give ourselves a day off. But in reality, sometimes a day off is exactly what we need and is exactly why our business isn't moving forward. And for me, like right now, the business is in crazy momentum. Like my clients are getting amazing results. My mastermind students are crushing it. So it's like hard for me to take a day off because I'm like, oh my God, like everything's working right now. I don't want to like step away from it. But that's also like, to be honest, that's a scarcity-based mindset for me to be like, oh, I can't step away from my work because I'm afraid that if I step away for one day that everything's going to go to shit. That's scarcity. So me recognizing that, being like, it's okay to take an hour for yourself. It's okay to take a day for yourself. The world is not going to light on fire if you take some personal time. In fact, you'll probably feel a lot better for it.